Hey guys, Stan the Man here. Today we're going to be doing another one of our top 10 videos today. And today's theme is going to be top 10 worst slash lamest finishers. Ones that realistically wouldn't hurt or just don't make any sense whatsoever. I apologize, it's been quite a while since I made a video. I ended up getting a MacBook for Christmas because I'm trying to up the quality of the videos. So, I've been screwing around with it, trying to figure it out. Took me a while to figure some stuff out, but I'm trying to just make this better quality. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into this list. Coming in at number 10, we have the Great Khali Chop. Now, listen, I realize he's 7'3", he has really huge hands, but I mean, a chop to the head like that, it was just really lame for a big guy that has so much strength. I mean, this is a guy that beat The Undertaker with a chop to the head like that, and he's even a world champion as well. It's just really crazy when you think about it. He had such a simple move like that, but later on in his career, luckily he came up with things such as the Khali vice grip, where he'd squeeze the opponent's head until they pass out. You see here on the Rey Mysterio spot, he's quote-unquote bleeding, makes it look really cool. But then even later on in his career, he started doing the Khali bomb, where he'd pick them up, lift them up as high as he could, and throw them on their back. I mean, that was really good. It's a shame that during his world title reign, he wasn't using things like this. But, yeah. Coming in at number 9, we have Umaga's Samoan Spike. Basically, he'd just jab his thumb into his opponent's throat. I mean, it looked kind of cool and it looked kind of neat. It was definitely unique. But, I mean, come on. There's no way that's really going to finish an opponent. I mean, he's done it to Batista, John Cena. He's beat top guys with this. I mean, again, he's a former Intercontinental Champion, which I just really, at the same time, find that a shame as well. I mean, you see here, he's Samoan dropping two guys. He definitely has the power to do stuff like that. I don't know why they wouldn't give him more of a powerful move. Or you see even here, him jumping off the top rope. For being freaking 350 pounds, Umaga was agile as crap. I mean, they could have either given him a more agile move you wouldn't expect out of a big man, or a powerhouse move like the double Samoan drop. Coming in at number 8, we have the infamous Hulk Hogan leg drop. Now, this was definitely a basic move back then. Even today, runs, big boots his opponent in the face, bounces off the ropes, and drops his leg over the throat. I mean, this has beaten so many guys. Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase. It's really crazy that a leg drop like this was his finisher back then. I mean, I know back then things weren't as complicated and needed to be as crazy of a move now. But, I mean, you look at it today, The Undertaker doing his leg drop on the ring apron, and Becky Lynch, such as her jumping off of the top rope doing a leg drop. I mean, that's just a normal 2 count nowadays. Virtually, that's not even close to being a finisher. But, I mean, it's just crazy. They even let guys like Randy Orton and Triple H get pinned from this leg drop like that. It's just crazy. At number 7, we have the People's Elbow. I mean, what was great about this move is it really got the fans out of their seat. I mean, throwing the elbow pad out in the crowd, people really loved it and got over with it. But, I mean, let's be honest here. The People's Elbow isn't really going to be a finisher to keep you out. And he's done this on guy after guy, year after year. I mean, he's beaten guys like Stone Cold and Triple H. But thankfully, not too far into his career, he started using the rock bottom, which is basically a body slam right onto your back. Pick them up, slam them right onto their back. That's definitely more convincing, way more powerful for a guy such as Rock. But I mean, CM Punk is a guy that would jump off the top rope and hit an elbow, and the match still wouldn't be over. So it's definitely just one of those moves. It's definitely over with the crowd, but realistically, it's not a good finisher. At number 6, we have MVP's Playmaker. He basically um, puts his leg on the back of your neck, grabs your arm, and then he basically falls on his face. Like, yeah, I realize that it plants the opponent's back into the ground, but dude, their body's only like 2.5, 3 foot off the mat. Like, they take back body drops and that hurts, but 3 foot to the ground, that's nothing. I mean, even watching it, it's just not that great of a move. Now, one of his moves he used to do, he'd throw someone like Chris Jericho into the corner and run and boot him in the face. And you realize that now that Sami Zayn, that's his finisher, the haluva kick, just a running kick into the face. I mean, you ask me, a running kick straight into the face is going to be way more painful than a 2 foot backdrop. Like, a kick in the face is definitely more likely to keep you down for a 1, 2, 3 rather than the playmaker. At number 5, this is going to be hilarious that we're talking about this. We have Rikishi's stink face. You see his butt right here in front of Heyman's face. Then it gets closer to Booker T's face. And then it's in the big boss man's face. I mean, come on. Like, yeah, maybe you'll die from the damn stench of his ass. But, like, dude, come on. The stink face really isn't going to do any damage. I mean, let's be honest here. But then it makes me think, like, he should have given homage to his brother, Yokozuna, doing the Bonzi drop. I mean, he's like 350 pounds, so he was definitely heavy enough to jump off the second rope onto his opponent. I mean, you see he's done it here before, but his main finisher was the stink face. Like, I'll give it to him. It got over with the crowd. The crowd loved it. It's hysterical to see someone like Paul Heyman get stink-faced. But then I also forgot that he did the Samoan pile driver type thing. He basically puts him on his shoulder as like a big ending, and then he basically brainbusters him into the mat. I mean, he's a powerhouse. I don't know why they didn't give him that powerhouse move, or he's a super heavyweight where he could have done the bonsai drop. At number 4, we have Mick Foley's Mandible Claw. I mean, he used to do this while he was all Mankind, where he'd put, like, the leather straps on his finger and basically put it in the opponent's mouth and they'd fall to the ground or whatever. But, I mean, fingers in the mouth, really, like, how bad of a finisher can this really be? I mean, I know plenty of guys sold it. Mick Foley also used to do the DDT and stuff like that, like the Crazy Man's DDT or whatever. But then even later in his career, when he really started doing the hardcore stuff, he'd do the package pile driver on guys, like in Hell in a Cell and stuff. I mean, I guess I need to think about it. Mick Foley wasn't the most athletic guy. And as Mankind, as a crazy guy, I mean, I guess a chokehold, quote-unquote, like that would work. I mean, the only thing I could say is it got over with the crowd. Everyone loved it. It gave moments like this with the Cobra and Mr. Sacco going against each other. But, I mean, at the end of the day, this finisher isn't going to do much of anything. At number 3, we have Big E's Big Ending. Now, this move, you basically put your opponent on your shoulder like a sack of potatoes, basically, and then you jump onto their back. Now, the thing is, pretty much their legs just hit the ground. You would think a guy like Big E is basically taking more damage. It's just been crazy. He's done it for years. I mean, I guess he's a powerhouse, so it makes sense that he picks up his opponent. But, I mean, a finisher I think would be even better for him. You look at the air time with him in the air, running and jumping off the ropes. The Big E splash, that's always been a favorite of mine. It looks good, and it's just realistic. A 300-pound guy running as fast as he can and then jumping on top of you. I mean, Jesus, that is gonna freaking hurt a lot. Another movie used to do a lot is like he'd be in the corner and a guy would run at him and he'd uranagi him to the mat really hard. But I mean, I guess that's kind of just a reversal move, so makes sense that that wouldn't be his finisher. But I don't know. I really don't see the big ending hurting that much. I see it hurting the guy that's delivering it more than the guy taking it. At number 2, we have Santino Marella's Cobra. So he'd basically pull the Cobra snake thing out of his wrestling gear when he was ready to do it. He'd basically cock it up, get the fans into it. He'd put his arm all the way back and then jam it into his opponent's throat. I mean, yeah, again, this really isn't going to hurt anybody. I mean, again, I guess I'll give it credit where credit's due. It does get over with the crowd. I mean, you look at Santino in the Royal Rumble in 2011, him and Del Rio as the last guy. Oh my God, it was hype there. But, you know, Santino, his character's kind of clownish. It's not really a serious wrestler anyway. So it wasn't that big of a deal, I guess. But again, also it gave moments like him and Mr. Sacco a chance to kind of square off. But, I mean, he was just a comedic character. But in the end, that finisher ain't going to do squat. And at number 1, we have Naomi's rear view. So she'd basically whip her opponent into the rope, do a jumping split, and they'd run into her butt. Yeah, that's right, I said that. I mean, what is to stop the opponent from running into it? I mean, and let's be honest, I mean, Naomi's kind of has a nice booty, so, I mean, there's a lot of cushion, so that especially isn't going to make it hurt. But with someone like her being so flexible and agile, I mean, look at her here standing on the ladder, and I think after that she did a flip off of it. Or getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble and catching herself on the wall. Like, you're telling me she can't do like a John Morrison Starship Pain or something really cool like that? Like, there's just something so much more unique that she could do that most wrestlers can't do, which I wish they would have let her do something cool like that. But, yeah. Alrighty, guys, so that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, I apologize, it took me a while. I've been screwing with this MacBook, but I got the hang of it now, so we're definitely going to be having some really good video quality here. Just a lot more better camera quality, audio. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you enjoyed the video, just please consider subscribing to the channel.